Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jeremy Birmingham, and this is Birminology. Today, we are talking to Ohio 2025 linebacker prospect Justin Hill, a big-time player from Winton Woods High School who has offers from Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame, and a whole bunch more, and also a lot of relationships with players already at those schools. We're going to talk to Justin about that, his recruitment, and a whole lot more on the latest edition of Birminology. Let's get to it. Justin Hill joins us now. Justin, thank you for taking time. You are, and you should know this, only the second 2025 prospect we've had on this show in the amount of time that we've been doing it. So we've been doing the show. This is the fourth year of the show, and you're the second 2025. The only other one that's ever been on the show was Ohio State commit Jonte Gilbert, someone that I know you've talked to a little bit over the last couple months to try to get to know each other. How crazy has this last few months been for you? I mean, your entire world has sort of changed, right?
Yeah, man. I'm super blessed, first of all. I've been saying it for a while now. But to be in the position I'm in right now, it's crazy. It's so surreal. Like, I was just, like, just saying I have no offers. I barely was looked at. And then 1 year on a great Winton Woods defense gets me to where I am now. So I'm super blessed.
It is pretty fascinating just how this happens for guys like you, because again, you were you're a sophomore, you're on a defense that has a couple big time players on it, Jermaine Matthews, Cam Calhoun, among others. And people see you. I was at a game of yours in November watching Cam and Jermaine. I'm like, man, who's this kid? Why does he keep flashing? Why does he keep making plays? And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, you've got offers from Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame, everyone that you could really, especially in the Midwest, ever hope to have an offer from.
Man, it's crazy.
What did it feel like when that started happening? I mean, how did life change? Did people start looking at you different, talking to you different?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was just like simple things from like my friends at school. Like, it just changed. It was hard to get used to, kind of. I mean, I can't really explain it. It was super weird, but it was definitely a change in certain things and like how people approach me, and like everybody, like a lot of people know my name, and it's super weird, but I'm somewhat getting used to it. Not a whole lot though.
How much does it change the expectations for yourself? I mean, because obviously people are going to look at you and, heading into your junior season, you're going to play games this year and offenses are going to key on you and you're going to have guys hit you a little bit different because they're trying to make a name for themselves.
Right.
But how has it changed your own approach to not just recruiting, but, how you handle your business on and off the field and in the weight room and that sort of thing?
It makes me more like disciplined, I would say. I'm more focused in on my what I gotta do to make myself the best player I could be. I want to lead, so like I just do certain things different. I can't take nothing for granted really, because I know there's always somebody coming for the spot I got right now. And today we had a guest speaker at school, and he was really saying that like there's somebody working harder than you, and they want what you got right now. So the only thing that you can't control the other person's talent. You can just control if you can outwork them or not. So I'm going to try to do that and be the best me. And hopefully that leads my team to win and leads me to be the best person I could be. My phone about to die.
You're okay. There was a moment, and this is something you probably don't. I'm going to say this, and you're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's why I like to say it. You were on a visit at Ohio State in March, and you were there walking around the facility with some of your teammates. Yep. And you guys walked by myself and my two coworkers, Austin Ward and Bill Landis, as we were doing a video. And there was trash on the ground in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center, and you walked past the garbage, and then you came back to pick up trash and put it back in there. And I was like, you know what? That's the type of thing that people don't often see. But I was like, man, that's a kid. I didn't put your name to your face at that moment until I got home. I was like, oh, okay. So then you start to piece things together, and those little things go a long way. So kudos to you for having that sort of wherewithal. But
I appreciate that. I definitely don't remember doing it, but thank you for noticing it and crediting me on it.
I mean, you shouldn't remember doing it because it's such a minuscule thing, but there are a lot of people in your position that wouldn't do that these days, I guess, because you didn't have to. What you do have to do is play football, right? And I saw you at the Rivals camp in Cincinnati 2 weeks ago. Was very impressed by the way that you performed there. Cold, miserable day.
Uh,
But you got a glimpse of what you can do on the field from that linebacker spot.
yes,
Uh,
sir.
and I think it's interesting. Ohio State is recruiting you in what they call the bullet or whatever it's called now, the hybrid, the jack,
Yeah, the
the
Leo is a whole lot of words for it.
it's so many different nicknames. I've just started calling it the werewolf. I don't know why, because that's just what I like. So I'm going to call it that. So
Yeah,
Jim Knowles has not recruited a single person really for that specific spot yet in the time
yeah.
he's been at Ohio State.
And he let me. I apologize, but he let me know that when he was talking to me, he was like, I haven't been able to recruit for this yet, so you're like one of the first guys I'm gonna recruit for this jack position." He said he had a bunch of film of it, like from like Duke and Oklahoma State to show me, and I really want to see it get implemented in Ohio State's defense so I can know how to look in their defense. But I somewhat got an idea of what it would look like.
It obviously requires a unique skill set to be in that position. You have to be able to be a fast thinker, but a fast, actor as well. You got to be able to blitz the passer. You got to be able to defend the run. You got to be able to defend the pass. There's a lot of things you got to do. Is that something that you see on film? You're like, man, that looks fun to me, or is it like, oh crap, I'd rather just
Oh,
play a traditional linebacker spot?
oh yeah. That's my favorite part of being what I am. I mean, I feel like, and I've been saying this to day one. Like whenever a coach asks me what do I like about myself, I'm versatile. I could go drop back in coverage and get you a pick six to the house, or I can go beat the tackle to the quarterback and get a sack or make a play on the ball. Just a bunch of different things. I can go and get through gaps and make a tackle in the backfield, playing a run. I could just do a bunch of things. I feel.
I thought that was actually really interesting watching at that Rivals camp in Cincinnati. You and Dante McClellan from Canton McKinley, both of you guys played the pass very well for people your age. Where did you learn that at your age? Dante said that most of his friends are defensive backs, so he learned it from just playing with them. But where did you gather that sort of skill set?
So I mean, as you know, probably I played with Jermaine Matthews and Cam Calhoun. So like playing with them, and then our defensive coordinator Carlton Gray, he was a defensive back for UCLA and the Seahawks and a few other teams. But he really didn't let us know the basics and how to do it. And my linebacker coach Sosa, I mean, they give us the key pieces to let us use our athletic capability and the mindset to actually be able to make plays when we're in coverage. So definitely them for sure.
Justin, I know you grew up an Ohio State fan. You don't deny that. You
Sure.
have had to take a step back and try to picture recruiting from a different perspective since, all of this stuff has happened for you in the last few months. How hard has that been? Is it something where you still find yourself at times kind of being a fanboy and being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here doing this not just at Ohio State, but anywhere. I mean, how neat has it been? I don't know why I said the word neat. I'm like,
Nah,
it's
I
not
mean
like it's
it's neat.
1981.
It's neat. Yeah, I mean, whenever I was at a game, like Ohio State, for example, um, it's just like it's something that I grew up like wanting to do. I mean, I've let myself know that I'm never gonna let me being a fan of Ohio State play a role in my recruitment. I'm gonna go wherever I'm gonna be best, produce that, and develop to a man and a better football player. But yeah, like different places, like going down to the SEC to Florida and Tennessee, and I'm like, these guys really want me at this school. Like it's crazy. It really is. It's surreal. It's yeah, I can't describe it enough.
So how hard is it when you talk to Jermaine or Cam? I mean, you were at the Ohio State spring game and you were out on the field. Jermaine, before his first Ohio State spring game, giving you a hug, pulling you out of the crowd of recruits and finding time to dap you up and, give you some love. Like, are you hearing a lot from both of those guys? One ear, one guy, one ear, the other guy? Like, I mean, or are you
I mean,
trying to block it all out?
with them, I feel like they let me have my phone in my recruitment because they went through it and they understand how stressful it is. So they like I know like they telling me they know where they like for speaking from them words. I know where my guy going. He gonna go wherever he's wanted at. Like he gonna go where he's gonna be produced at, where he's gonna become the best player possible at. I mean, they always like they'll make a joke like, "Come on, boy, you coming over here" type stuff. But I mean, they don't really be on me about it like that. They want me to have my phone in my recruiting for
Was
sure.
there a moment in this process? I mean, it's early in the process, very early. I understand that, but was there ever a thought when you wake up on that first day after getting an offer from the school you dreamt of playing for your whole life, where you're like, you know what, this is it. I don't need to do all this. I want to go here and it's over. Or did you have to dial it back and say, hey, stop, slow down, Justin. This isn't necessary.
Yeah, it was definitely that. Coming back home after the Ohio State offer and getting a phone call from Michigan, knowing I'm offered from there. It's like all the big schools that offered me. I mean, after my Kentucky offer, I had to go play a game, and literally, like, I mean, I was able to lock in for it. But then I got home and I'm like, I'm really going to college for free. So like, it's crazy. Like, I really had to lock in and let myself know that like I really. I mean, I got a target on my back now. Like, it's hard to explain, man. It's crazy.
It's a whole lot different. And June 15th, when your class, you guys are the first class that will be allowed to, like, they've changed college contact rules. It used to be September 1st. Now it's June 15th. So June 15th, your phone's going to blow up off the hook and it's all going to get even more chaotic.
Yeah.
How have you been able to build a good relationship with Jim Knowles, with Ryan Day, with the Ohio State staff to this point? And how anxious or excited are you for June 15th when you can actually talk to these coaches as much as you want to?
I mean, I've been able to, by going up there really and just having a genuine conversation and letting them know what type of person I am. Like, I really, I really try to be who I am in front of coaches so they know and like they could judge me however they want. If they don't really like how I am as a person and they don't like how I am as a person, but if they do, that's great. You know what I'm saying? I want genuine relationships. I want to build a relationship. I want to be able to feel comfortable to have a conversation with coaches and stuff.
Now, you've mentioned a couple times that something you're obviously looking for as you start to narrow down this decision and look at schools is how you're developed on and off the field. That's
Yeah,
obviously at linebacker, that's in the weight room, that's as a man, that's learning how to be a potential husband, father, etc.
yeah,
What
everything.
what else are you really looking for? What is the school that Justin Hill eventually picks have to have? I mean, is there a certain major? Is there a certain defensive style? Is there a
Yeah,
certain what is it that you're really wanting?
I I want to feel like I'm at home. I want to obviously be able to use me being versatile on defense. I want that to play a factor in the defense. I want to be a X factor on the defense. I want to go to the coach if I have a problem and be able to talk to him about it and not shut off. I understand I got to work my way. I mean, I'm going to go in and bust my butt on special teams if I have to, which will probably be the case. Go and bust my butt and earn that spot, obviously. But I want to be able to talk to my coaches and be able to go home and know I got to work and just like it just got to all feel like home.
When you talk to Jermaine and Cam, how much of an advantage is that for you to be able to get their perspective on what it actually takes to make it now in college? Because you guys, you understand. I mean, those guys, they didn't really blow up in the recruiting business until going into their senior year. You're 2 years ahead of them. So
Right.
but that being the case, you're going to probably have this chance, I guess, to have a different view of what it might take, or maybe an inflated sense of self. Who knows? Because you're going to hear for the next 2 years how great you are. What have those guys told you about what life is like as a college football player?
They just let me know that I'm gonna have to put my head down and work. I mean, all that stars and offers and all that stuff goes out the window as soon as you get to college. And I've noticed like I'm just gonna have to do what I do best and put my head down and work till I get the spot and outwork and stay positive and stay humble, stay genuine, focused on my goal and all that.
Right now,
So
you're what, 6'3.5", 215, 220?
yeah,
Where do you think your body goes from here to the time you get to be a college freshman? Because
man.
are you expecting to get taller? I mean, obviously you're going to put on some weight, but are you looking at yourself as a 6'4", 240-pound linebacker in 2 years, or are you trying to stay at the weight you're going to be at over the next couple of years?
I'm I feel like I'm gonna get bigger. Maybe not the 240 mark. Maybe like 230 ish. Um, but I still want to be able to move because I feel like I'm super athletic for my length and size. I feel like I may add a couple inches on, hopefully, possibly. If not, okay. I mean, I'm a decent height. I feel, but yeah, I feel like I want to gain muscle and be able to play with them big college boys and early as a freshman. So I ain't gotta be behind from being quote unquote skinny or too little. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting though because you are taller than a lot of the guys in your class and in your age group. If you get into that, if you add another 2 inches, you're talking 6'5", almost 6'6". Does that change in your mind where your future position is? I mean, because there's not a lot of 6'6" linebackers.
I mean, no, but I feel like I can make it happen. I'm able to bend. I'm good at bending. So me getting under through gaps and all that stuff, I feel like it won't be a problem. Um, I feel like if anything, it'll be harder on the opposing team with me being a 6'6" or 6'5" linebacker that can move quick and get in the way of quarterback. And cover. You know what I'm saying.
Yep. So I mean, you spent a lot of time on the road this spring. You saw a lot of schools. Obviously, you're going to be doing the same thing this summer. You'll camp. I'm assuming at Ohio State. You'll camp at Michigan, etc. Where else do you have like circled that? Hey, I want to make sure I check this place out before my junior season.
USC. They just offered. I definitely want to get out there. Oregon, um, Alabama, Georgia, like down in Texas, possibly. Miami. I want to get back down to Florida. I've been to Florida. I like it. Um, Florida State, Clemson too.
Do you have frequent flyer miles yet? I mean, are you just giving those to someone else?
Man, actually, I'll be flying when I got Raphael. He's another guy. He's
Yeah, Raphael Green.
Yeah, and he got him for sure.
Look, man, get yourself a loyalty account. Find one airline that you're going to travel. Start collecting those miles now. Don't waste them because that's how. I mean, it's free money down the road.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sign up. Make sure you get that, and also go ahead and get yourself the TSA pre-check. It's $85 for 5 years. It's totally worth it. Saves you a lot of time at the airport. I'm just here to help, Justin. I'm just here to help.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't want to keep too much more of your time. I told you I'd try to keep it relatively quick. So hey, I do appreciate you joining us. Are you doing the Under Armour camp on Sunday?
I was planning on it. I gotta ask my trainer because she's restricting me till Monday due to an injury.
It's not an injury.
It's smart. It's smart to just keep it low key. You don't want to don't want to overdo yourself heading into June. Those college camps are more important, but just wasn't sure if I'd see you there. So look, man, appreciate you taking time.
All right, thank you.
That's Justin Hill. I'm Jeremy Birmingham. This has been Birminology on the podcast. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.